Beneath the vast expanse of the ocean's surface, where the sun's rays struggle to penetrate, lies a world shrouded in mystery and darkness. It was in this enigmatic abyss that a peculiar signal had been detected, faint and intermittent, yet unmistakably artificial in origin. Emily Dawson, a marine biologist with an insatiable curiosity for the secrets of the deep, could not ignore the strange anomaly. Despite the ominous undertones of the signal, she was compelled to uncover its source. With a heart fueled by adventure and a mind brimming with questions, Emily began to assemble a crew of seasoned sailors and intrepid explorers to venture into the unknown towards the coordinates of the mysterious signal. The journey that lay ahead was fraught with uncertainty, but the call of the abyss was too alluring to resist. Marine archaeologist Emily Dawson is working late into the night, her eyes glued to a series of screens displaying data from an array of underwater sensors. The lab is silent except for the tapping of rain against the window and the occasional crack of thunder. Emily is cross-referencing historical records with recent sonar readings, searching for patterns that might lead to undiscovered shipwrecks. Suddenly, amidst the monotony of environmental noise and known signal patterns, an anomaly appears. A signal unlike anything she's seen before flickers across the screen. It's faint and intermittent, but unmistakably artificial. The signal bears no resemblance to any known ship or submarine, nor does it match any natural acoustic signatures recorded in the ocean depths. Intrigued, Emily replays the signal, trying to isolate its characteristics. It's a series of low-frequency pulses with a regular interval, suggestive of a coded message or a beacon. She cross-references the signal's origin with her charts and finds that it emanates from an uncharted region of the Atlantic, a place steeped in maritime lore and tales of vanished vessels. Excitement courses through her as she considers the possibilities. This could be a groundbreaking discovery, perhaps a relic of the past that has remained hidden beneath the waves. But the signal is erratic, and Emily knows that if she wants to uncover its secrets, she must act quickly. Determined, she begins to make preparations for an expedition. She contacts a trusted group of colleagues, seasoned sailors, deep-sea divers, and fellow academics who share her passion for unraveling the mysteries of the deep. Together, they will pursue the phantom signal and uncover what lies beneath. Emily gazing out of the lab's porthole, watching the storm subside. The first light of dawn breaks on the horizon, symbolizing the beginning of a new adventure. She turns away from the window, her gaze returning to the screens displaying the enigmatic signal, her mind racing with the possibilities of what it might mean. The quest to decode the phantom signal has begun. With the last of the supplies loaded and the crew assembled, Captain Harris calls for the lines to be cast off. The ocean's whisper begins her journey, the powerful engines propelling her away from the familiarity of the harbor and into the open sea. Emily stands on the bridge alongside the captain, her hand resting on the cool metal railing, her heart full of anticipation. The team is a mix of old friends and new acquaintances, each an expert in their respective field. There's Dr. Luis Alvarez, a marine biologist with an infectious enthusiasm for the smallest sea creatures, Sophia Chen, a geologist whose expertise in underwater formations is unmatched, and Jonah Reed, the tech wizard who can coax any piece of equipment into revealing its secrets. They, along with the rest of the crew, share a common thread, a deep-seated curiosity and the courage to chase it. As the ship sails further from land, the crew settles into a routine. The ocean's whisper is a hive of activity. Scientists discuss theories, divers review their plans, and the crew ensures the vessel remains in top condition. Emily spends hours poring over the signal data, trying to discern any pattern or clue that might give them an edge when they reach the source. The mood is one of cautious optimism. The ocean is unpredictable, and they are venturing into uncharted territory. But the mystery of the signal is a siren call they cannot resist. They conduct drills and review emergency procedures, leaving nothing to chance. Days pass, and the Ocean's Whisper encounters her first challenge, a fierce storm that tests the resolve of the crew and the capabilities of the ship. The vessel pitches and rolls as towering waves crash against her sides, but she is resilient, and so are her inhabitants. They emerged from the tempest with a renewed sense of camaraderie and respect for the sea. The storm's departure, leaving behind a serene seascape bathed in the golden light of sunset. The crew gathers on the deck, taking a moment to appreciate the calm after the storm. Emily looks out at the horizon, where the sky meets the sea, and feels the weight of the unknown that lies ahead. The signal beckons them forward, a beacon in the vastness of the ocean, and they sail onward, ready to face whatever secrets it holds. The expedition is drawing closer to the coordinates from which the mysterious signal originated. Emily's excitement is palpable. The data is now consistently stronger, indicating they are on the right path. The team is on high alert, knowing that discovery is imminent. As the ship reaches the target location, the sonar operator calls out, "Something's down there!" The screen shows a large, anomalous shape on the seabed. It's too structured to be a natural formation, yet its outline is obscured by the silt and time. Captain Harris orders the engines to idle, and the ship comes to a gentle halt. The crew prepares the submersible, a nimble remotely operated vehicle, ROV, named Neptune's Eye, for its descent into the depths. Emily and Jonah work in tandem to ensure the ROV's systems are operational, its cameras and lights ready to pierce the ocean's darkness. The ROV plunges into the water, and the crew gathers around the monitors to witness its journey. The live feed flickers to life, revealing the ocean's secrets as Neptune's Eye dives deeper. Fish dart out of the way, and bioluminescent creatures put on a mesmerizing light show. At last, the ROV reaches the seabed, and the shipwreck comes into view. It's an eerie sight, the hull encrusted with coral, the masts collapsed and entangled with seaweed. The ship is from another era, its identity lost to time. Yet, it's not just the ship that captures their attention. It's the unmistakable glow of an artificial light source emanating from within the wreck. Emily leans in, her eyes wide with wonder. The signal they've been following. It's coming from the shipwreck. But how? Why? There's no record of any vessel in this area equipped with such technology. The ROV maneuvers closer, navigating through the wreckage with precision. The source of the light becomes clearer, a device of unknown origin wedged into the ship's hold. It's unlike any technology they've seen, its design sleek and deliberate. The discovery raises more questions than answers. Who built this device? What purpose does it serve? And most importantly, how has it remained active after all these years? The team debating their next move. The shipwreck holds secrets that reach beyond history and into the realm of the extraordinary. They agree that the only way to understand the device is to retrieve it. A dive team, led by the experienced Sophia and Luis, prepares for the delicate task. As night falls, the Ocean's Whisper is a beacon of light on the dark ocean, a symbol of human curiosity and the unyielding desire to uncover the past. The shadows of the sunken ship beckon, promising revelations and, perhaps, a touch of the unknown that lies beyond the realm of science. The dive will begin at dawn, and with it a new chapter in their adventure. The anticipation of the unknown fuels the team as they prepare to unlock the secrets held within the sunken ship's embrace. Sophia and Luis, the dive team leaders, are veterans of the deep sea, their faces etched with lines that tell stories of countless underwater expeditions. Yet, even they cannot hide the flicker of excitement in their eyes. As the first light of dawn breaks the horizon, the dive begins. Sophia, Luis, and two other divers descend along a tether line, their figures gradually swallowed by the depths. The surface team monitors their progress via the video feed from the divers' helmet cameras. The water around them darkens as they go deeper, the pressure building around their suits. Bioluminescent life forms provide a natural spectacle, guiding them to the ghostly shipwreck below. The divers' lights cut through the darkness, revealing the intricate details of the corroded vessel. Upon reaching the wreck, the team is cautious, aware of the potential dangers of entering the unstable structure. They locate the area where Neptune's eye had spotted the mysterious device, its glow now a beacon in the murky water. The divers work together to carefully remove debris, obstructing the entrance to the ship's hold. Their movements are precise, their training evident in the efficiency of their actions. The helmet cameras transmit every moment to the Ocean's Whisper, where the crew watches with bated breath. Finally, the divers enter the hold, and the device is there, just as it had appeared on the ROV's camera, intact and pulsating with a soft light. It's secured to the ship's structure with metal brackets that seem to have been custom-fitted. The design is sleek, almost aerodynamic, with no visible signs of corrosion. Sophia signals to Luis, and they approach the device. Using specialized tools, they carefully disengage it from its housing. The task is delicate. They are all too aware that they are handling potentially groundbreaking technology. As they free the device, a sudden tremor shakes the wreck. They've disturbed the fragile equilibrium of the ship's resting place. The divers hasten their efforts, securing the device to a lift bag. Sophia gives the signal, and they release the bag, watching as it ascends with the precious cargo. The team makes a swift but controlled exit from the wreck, not wanting to risk further destabilization. As they ascend, the water gradually lightens and the pressure eases. The surface team reels in the lift bag, and the device emerges from the water, glistening in the morning sun. Back on the Ocean's Whisper, the crew gathers to examine their find. The device is unlike anything they have seen before, its surface covered in symbols that hint at an advanced understanding of engineering and possibly language, the team pondering the implications of their discovery. The origin and purpose of the device remain a mystery, but one thing is clear. They have uncovered a piece of technology that could change humanity's understanding of the past. As they set a course back to civilization, they know that the true journey is just beginning, the journey to unravel the secrets of the deep. The crew of the Ocean's Whisper is abuzz with activity and theories about the device's origin. Dr. Elena Marquez, the team's marine archaeologist, oversees the examination of the object, her curiosity piqued by the inscriptions that adorn its surface. The symbols are unlike any known language or script, suggesting a civilization that has remained hidden from history. The device, now dubbed the Eye of the Abyss by the crew, is a conundrum wrapped in metal and mystery. It is inert, yet there is a sense that it is merely dormant, waiting for the right conditions to awaken. The team hypothesizes that it may be a form of ancient technology, possibly a navigation instrument or a data storage device. The tech specialist, Alex Chen, sets up sensors and diagnostic tools around the eye, attempting to glean information about its inner workings without causing damage. Initial scans reveal that the device is not only structurally complex, but also contains what appears to be a self-sustaining power source. As the day progresses, the team makes a startling discovery. The device is emitting a low-frequency signal, a pulse that becomes more pronounced as they map its pattern. It's as if the eye is communicating, reaching out across the depth to an unknown recipient. The signal's discovery raises the stakes. The crew debates whether to attempt to decipher the message or to disable the device to prevent any potential hazards. The consensus is to understand the eye first before making any irreversible decisions. Dr. Marquez suggests that the symbols might be a key to unlocking the device's secrets. She works with a linguist, Dr. Rajiv Nair, to analyze the inscriptions, cross-referencing them with ancient scripts from lost civilizations. Their efforts are painstaking and slow, but they begin to identify recurring patterns that hint at a language of mathematics and astronomy. Meanwhile, Alex discovers that the eye's power source is unlike any known energy storage or generation method. It doesn't rely on chemical reactions, solar power, or any identifiable means. This revelation adds another layer to the mystery, suggesting a level of technological sophistication far beyond what was thought possible for ancient civilizations. The team preparing to send a controlled signal back to the Eye, hoping to elicit a response that could provide more clues. The tension is palpable. The potential for groundbreaking discovery is matched only by the risk of the unknown. As night falls, the team gathers on the deck, looking out at the endless sea. The stars above mirror the bioluminescent life in the water below, and for a moment, the crew is reminded of the vastness of the ocean and the secrets it keeps. The Eye of the Abyss, now active and possibly aware, sits silently amongst them, a sentinel from the deep waiting to reveal its story. The decision to send a signal to the Eye of the Abyss has been made. With the device now active, the crew is aware that they are treading into uncharted territory. Alex Chen oversees the transmission process, adjusting the equipment to match the frequency of the signal emitted by the Eye. As the return signal is sent, an unexpected reaction occurs. The Eye begins to resonate, its surface vibrating with increasing intensity. The symbols start to glow with a pulsating light, and the device emits a powerful electromagnetic field that causes the ship's electronics to flicker and surge. Panic ensues as the navigation systems go offline, and the ocean's whisper becomes a vessel adrift. The engine room reports power fluctuations, and the lights throughout the ship dim and brighten sporadically. The crew scrambles to regain control, but the Eye's influence is pervasive and disruptive. Dr. Marquez and Dr. Nair attempt to decipher the symbol's meaning more rapidly, hoping to find a way to communicate with the Eye or shut it down. They work feverishly, their notes and laptops scattered around them as they consult ancient texts and run algorithms. In the midst of the chaos, a low hum begins to fill the ship, emanating from the Eye. The sound grows louder, almost harmonic, and the crew feels a vibration beneath their feet. It's as if the device is reaching a crescendo, and the fear is that it might be building up to something catastrophic. Captain Diaz makes the call to prepare for an emergency evacuation. Lifeboats are readied, and distress signals are sent out despite the erratic communication systems. The crew must consider the possibility of abandoning the ship and the Eye to ensure their safety. As they prepare to evacuate, a breakthrough occurs. Dr. Marquez, with the help of Dr. Nair, identifies a potential off command within the patterns of the symbols. There's no time for discussion. The command must be entered into the Eye immediately. Alex interfaces with the device, inputting the sequence as the ship's hull groans under the strain of the vibrating energy. The crew holds their breath, waiting for a sign of success or the need to flee into the lifeboats. After a tense moment, the Eye's light diminishes, the hum fades, and the vibrations cease. The ship's systems begin to come back online, and the immediate danger appears to have passed. The crew is shaken but relieved. They have narrowly averted disaster. The ocean's whisper regaining its course, the night sky calm once again. The Eye of the Abyss is now silent, its secrets and power locked away behind the symbols that only a few hours ago had nearly led to the crew's undoing. The event has left the team with more questions than answers, and the debate now turns to what should be done with such a potent and enigmatic artifact. The struggle to escape the Eye's grasp has been won, but the journey to understand it is far from over. The crew of the Ocean's Whisper is in a state of heightened vigilance. The Eye of the Abyss, now dormant once more, is monitored around the clock, its every quiver and whisper recorded and analyzed. The ship's course has been corrected, and they are now heading back to a predetermined rendezvous point with the support vessel. As they travel, a series of strange occurrences begin to unfold on the surface of the ocean. The water around the ship starts to ripple in unusual patterns, not correlating with any known current or tide. Bioluminescent organisms, usually a rare sight, begin to congregate around the ship in large numbers, casting an eerie glow on the hull. Dr. Marquez, still on edge from the earlier events, theorizes that the eye may have sent out some form of signal before it was deactivated, possibly affecting marine life or even the environment itself. She works closely with the ship's marine biologists to document the phenomena. Alex, meanwhile, is preoccupied with the ship's systems, ensuring that no residual effects from the eye's activation linger that could compromise their safety. He conducts thorough checks on the engines, navigation, and communication equipment, all the while keeping a wary eye on the artifact. The crew's attention is soon drawn to a more pressing concern. The water's temperature begins to rise inexplicably, causing worry about potential underwater volcanic activity or other geothermal events. The ship's geologist, Dr. Emily Santos, analyzes the readings and concludes that the temperature anomaly is localized around their vessel, which is highly unusual. In the midst of the investigation, a dense fog rolls in, reducing visibility to nearly zero. The ship's radar becomes essential, and the crew relies on it to navigate the now mysterious waters. Captain Diaz orders a reduction in speed to avoid any unseen hazards. As the fog thickens, the crew reports seeing shapes moving beneath the water, large silhouettes that seem to be following the ship. Tension rises as they consider the possibility of encountering unknown or even hostile marine life. The chapter reaches its climax when a sudden jolt shakes the ocean's whisper. Something has collided with the hull, leaving the crew to fear the worst. Emergency stations are manned, and the crew prepares to deal with a potential breach. Divers are deployed to inspect the damage, and what they discover is astounding. The collision wasn't with a creature or another vessel, but with an enormous, uncharted coral formation that seemed to have grown at an impossible rate, forming a barrier around the ship. The ocean's whisper carefully navigating around the coral anomaly, the crew members exchanging looks of disbelief. How could such a structure have formed so quickly, and what connection, if any, does it have to the eye of the abyss? The mystery deepens, and the crew knows that the answers they seek lie within the silent and inscrutable artifact they have in their possession. As the ocean's whisper continues its journey, the crew remains on edge after the series of unexplained occurrences. The coral barrier was only the first of many puzzles that the deep sea seems keen to present. The ship's path is now marked by a series of waypoints, plotted to avoid any further anomalies detected by the sonar. The crew's focus is interrupted by a faint pulsating sound that seems to emanate from the depths below. It's a low, rhythmic thrum that resonates through the ship's hull. The sound is unlike anything the crew has ever heard, a haunting melody that speaks of the ocean's ancient mysteries. Dr. Marquez and the team of scientists are immediately intrigued by this acoustic phenomenon. They deploy a series of hydrophones to capture the sound, hoping to analyze its source and structure. The initial data is puzzling. The sound does not match any known marine animal calls, and its regularity suggests an artificial origin. As the hydrophone recordings continue, Alex and Dr. Nair revisit the data collected from the eye of the abyss. They begin to see a correlation between the artifact's deactivation and the emergence of these deep-sea anomalies. It's as if the eye had awakened something, or someone, in the ocean's depths. The acoustic signature is triangulated, pointing to a location deeper than any manned submersible can safely venture. The decision is made to deploy an unmanned deep-sea drone equipped with cameras and sensors to investigate the source of the sound. The crew gathers in the control room as the drone descends into the abyss, the live feed from its cameras casting a blue glow on their anxious faces. The drone navigates through dark canyons and past curious creatures that have never seen light before. As the drone reaches the triangulated coordinates, the sound grows louder, more insistent. The cameras reveal an astonishing sight, a vast, submerged structure that resembles an ancient temple, its architecture unlike any known human civilization. The design is eerily reminiscent of the symbols found on the eye of the abyss. The crew watches in awe as the drone explores the perimeter of the structure. The source of the sound is pinpointed to a massive, ornate doorway, sealed shut. The door is covered in the same cryptic symbols that adorn the eye, pulsating rhythmically with bioluminescent light. The ocean's whisper holding position above the discovery, the crew grappling with the implications of their find. The call from the depths has led them to a remnant of a forgotten time, a place that challenges their understanding of history and the very nature of the ocean. The Eye of the Abyss, once thought to be an isolated enigma, now appears to be a key to a much larger puzzle lying in wait in the heart of the sea. The revelation of the underwater structure has the entire crew of the Ocean's Whisper in a fervent debate. The implications of such a find are monumental, with the potential to rewrite human history and our understanding of the world. The structure's design, so similar to the Eye of the Abyss, suggests an ancient civilization that once thrived beneath the waves. Captain Diaz calls for a meeting to discuss the next steps. The crew must decide whether to publicize their discovery or keep it under wraps until they can secure the site. The potential for looting or interference from other parties is high, and there is a strong argument for secrecy. Dr. Emily Santos argues that they have a responsibility to share this discovery with the world. She believes that the structure could hold answers to some of humanity's greatest questions and that it is bigger than any claim of ownership or fame. Alex, the marine engineer, is more cautious. He points out the dangers of the deep and the unknowns they face. The structure could be unstable, or it could be home to undiscovered species that they are ill-equipped to handle. Dr. Marquez, the lead scientist, suggests a middle ground. He proposes that they continue to study the structure discreetly while preparing a detailed report for the scientific community. This approach would allow them to maintain control of the site while ensuring that proper protocols are followed for its exploration and preservation. As the crew deliberates, a new complication arises. The ship's communication systems begin to malfunction, and they find themselves unable to send or receive messages. The isolation is immediate and unnerving, leaving them to wonder if the structure below has some influence over their technology. The tension is broken by a sudden alert from the drone's control panel. The unmanned vehicle, still hovering near the sealed doorway of the underwater temple, has detected movement. The cameras show that parts of the doorway are shifting, as if responding to the presence of the drone. The crew watches in disbelief as the massive door begins to open, revealing a darkness that seems to consume the light from the drone's lamps. The sound that had been emanating from the depths ceases abruptly, replaced by a silence that feels heavy with expectation. The crew faced with an immediate decision. Do they seize the moment and send the drone into the heart of the structure, or do they retreat and wait for backup? It's a choice between the bold pursuit of knowledge and the cautious preservation of life and safety. The eyes of the crew turn to Captain Diaz, who must make the call that will steer their destiny. Captain Diaz, with a resolute look, gives the command to proceed. The drone, acting as the crew's eyes and ears, ventures into the newly revealed chamber of the underwater structure. The decision is made. They will explore the enigma before them, despite the risks and the isolation caused by their communication blackout. As the drone moves forward, the crew watches intently, taking in every detail captured by the feed. The interior of the structure is vast, with ceilings that stretch into darkness and walls lined with more of the cryptic symbols seen on the Eye of the Abyss and the doorway. There are statues and artifacts that defy their understanding of any known ancient culture. Dr. Nair, the linguist, is fixated on the symbols, attempting to decode any semblance of meaning from them. She notes that the language, if it is a language, is unlike anything she has ever encountered. It seems to have a logic of its own, one that might take years to fully understand. Alex monitors the drone systems, ensuring that they maintain a connection with the device as it delves deeper into the structure. He is particularly concerned about the stability of the surrounding architecture and the potential for collapse. The drone's path is labyrinthine, leading the crew through a series of chambers and passageways that suggests the structure was not only a temple, but perhaps also a repository of knowledge or a mausoleum. In one chamber, the drone uncovers a mural depicting humanoid figures in what appears to be a narrative of their civilization, a civilization that thrived under the sea. Suddenly, the drone's feed stutters and the screen is filled with static. Alex frantically works to re-establish the connection, but the signal is lost. The drone, their lifeline to the secrets of the deep, has gone dark. The crew of the Ocean's Whisper grappling with their next move. The loss of the drone is a significant setback, but the brief exploration has provided them with invaluable information. They are left with more questions than answers, and the mystery of the underwater structure remains unsolved. The crew must now decide whether to wait for rescue and risk the site being discovered by others, or to attempt a more dangerous manned mission into the depths. As they deliberate, the sense of being part of something much larger than themselves grows. The underwater temple, with its silent statues and unreadable script, stands as a testament to a forgotten epoch, its secrets locked away in the abyss, waiting for those brave enough to seek them out.